Hi everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. If you're new, my name is Byron. I am a vegan and I am aiming to lose around about 5 stone, which I'm currently doing following the Slimming World plan. If you're already a subscriber here, lovely to have you back. Thank you so much, and I hope that you are having a cracking start to the week. I am having as you can see, very hot and flustered start to the week. I am finding this weather unbearable still. It's cooler today. I think it's 26 here, but yeah, it is not the one for me. I am part Icelandic and I think I was just meant to live in an igloo. My ideal top temperature in the UK is around 10 degrees. I am one of those people who wears shorts and t-shirt all year round. So this is just very close and sticky, so I apologise if I look a little bit worse for wear because of it. So today I'm going to talk to you about some new products to me that I am looking forward to trying. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the week that I've had. I'm going to tell you my weigh-in results. There was obviously a very big spoiler on my thumbnail. And I am going to discuss with you my plans for the week going forward. Hi Craddock, who's just also struggling in this heat. As you can see, she's just flopped down next to me on the sofa. Craddock is a ragdoll, so she's a long-haired cat. Long-haired? Long-furred? Long-haired. And yeah, she's also struggling in this weather. We've got lots of fans on, we've got windows open, but it's a struggle today. So, the week that I have had, I, as you know, have been focusing on looking more at the end result and not the weekly result. That was certainly my philosophy going into this week. But over the last few days, in fact, since I got my lovely little food journal, well, it's a blank notebook, but I'm using it as my food journal. It's really helped me to keep an eye on mistakes that I was making. No, let me be honest. I wasn't making mistakes. I was being dishonest to myself. I wasn't writing things down, which meant that I wasn't always measuring things. Before last week, I was maybe thinking, one mouthful for me, one mouthful for the weighing scales. And who was I cheating out of all of that? Well, I was cheating myself, obviously. So since receiving this, my lovely notebook from my wonderful manager, I've just been writing down every single thing, as well as my total sins at the end on each page at the bottom, whether or not I've exercised, and also my mood. So it enables me to track pretty much everything I've been doing, giving me the opportunity to look back, see patterns, see trends, and hopefully reinforce the positives and be able to avoid the triggers, the negatives, the times when it's not going so well. So I have been writing down all of my sins. I won't bore you with every page, but the highest sins that I have had were on Friday, where I had 16 and a half sins on Friday. The majority of that, you will not be surprised to hear, was made up from alcohol, of course. Those were predominantly vodkas with diet tonic. 9.5 on Saturday, 9.5 yesterday, around the same, 7.5 on Thursday. But yeah, 16.5 has been my highest. My current sin allowance is 25 sins per week. So it has gone down slightly again. And if you are unsure of your sin allowance and you're on Slimming World, simply go onto your app and have a look at your daily food planner. And at the top, it has free food, speed food, sins, healthy extra A, healthy extra B. And if you click on sins, it will tell you how many you've had that day and what your allowance is for that day. Like I say, mine's 25. So the highest that I've come in at is 16.5, which I'm really, really happy with. I've enjoyed all my food. I loved the pakoras that I made so much that I made them again, actually. So I made 2 batches of that over the week. Yeah, really, really delicious. I know a couple of people have commented and said that they tried them and also loved them. So yeah, thumbs up. I'll try and get more kind of foodie ideas in future videos. I've got a bit more time on my hands now. Fantastic. So yeah, maybe a recipe video or two in the very near future. Let me tell you then my weighing results, obviously. I know that's what a lot of you are here for. Last 2 weeks were a slow but still forward moving chug, 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 eventually moving forward. I was feeling a little bit despondent, and again, so many of you quite rightly put me in my place because a loss is a loss. I've consistently been losing now for the whole 10 weeks that I've been a Slimming World group member. And I was just half a pound away from getting my 2 stone award in this week, week 10. And I did get that 2 stone award. I am over the moon. I lost this week. In fact, there you go. I've not got my certificate to hand, but you can see my shiny on the back of my book. I lost, incredibly, 3.5 pounds this week. So I feel like the effort is paying off. The choices I'm making are paying off. I'm thrilled that even 10 weeks in, I can still pull out a 3.5 pound loss. I'm over the moon. I think a lot of it is probably my body catching up from the SP week that I had 2 weeks ago, where I didn't have a particularly jaw-dropping result on the scale that week, or last week when I lost a pound. So maybe my body's just slow. I don't know what's happening, but I've eaten well. I've shown you a lot of the food that I've eaten. The main difference this week is that I'm being truthful to myself by writing every single thing down every single day, even the alcohol, where quite often that can be a grey area if you are choosing to add those the next morning and you're thinking, well, was it 3, was it 5, was it 2, was it 10? Go somewhere in the middle. So yeah, I've been honest with that, and I'm absolutely delighted with the 3.5 pound loss that I now have. It also means that my current weight is 15 stone and 1 pound, which means that from my actual starting point, pre-Slimming World, I have already lost over 3 stone. But on my Slimming World journey, I've lost 2 stone and 3 pounds, which I just find incredible. I'm so pleased with that. And it means that if I can lose another 1.5 pounds, I am going to be in the 14 stone bracket, which I think the last time I was in the 14 stone bracket was 2012, I think. Um, my two products that I want to talk about that I'm looking forward to trying this week are, again, they're new to me, might not be to you. This is from Asda, sliced pickled red onions. They are sweet and tangy, perfect with cold meats and cheese. Now, I haven't checked the sin value on these, and I'm going to do that now because sometimes if there's sugar in the pickling vinegar, they do have a sin value attached. So let me just check that while I'm talking to you. Now, like I say, I love, well, pretty much any pickled food, especially jalapenos, but pickled onions, gherkins, anything like that, especially in this weather, always goes on my plate. So I thought these would be a really interesting addition. Let's just scan that now. Yeah, it's a free food and it's also a speed food. So that's fantastic. I will let you know. I'm going to try these this afternoon with my falafel salad, which I'm making. So fingers crossed that they are a success. Can't remember how much they were. Maybe £1, £1.09, something like that. They weren't too expensive. And the other product which I am looking forward to trying this week, I have scanned and it's also free. And these are the Yutaka udon noodles. They are vegan and they are Japanese style wheat noodles. Rather than coming in the sort of typical ramen pack, they come in straight strips like spaghetti. And as you can see, they've got a ribbon type texture to them. Now I like a ribbon noodle, and I was watching Lisa and Rufus's pad thai recipe last week, and I was really tempted to do a vegan version, a vegan equivalent, which I've not done yet. But when I saw these, I thought I'm going to get them, I'm going to try them, because quite often noodles are egg noodles and therefore not vegan friendly, obviously. And even a lot of the dried ones have dried egg white or skimmed milk powder in them. So yeah, really excited to try these. The week ahead is looking good for me. I am off work all week. So, like I say, I've got a bit more time on my hands. My goals for the week are to lose a minimum of £1.50, which will see me into the 14 stone bracket. My exercise goal is to do 15 minutes every single day. And I'm probably going to alternate. I'm going to do maybe 15 minutes on the exercise bike on one day, 15 minutes of weights the next day, so on and so forth. But that's a habit that I want to build this week. And I am going to continue to write every single thing down in this blue book that I have used as my food journal. So we're going to go now. A huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed, who comments. If you're new, please do both. I do respond to all of my comments as soon as I get the chance. Let me know if you are a vegan or if you're following some kind of slimming journey. And I would love to offer my support, as everyone does on here, to me. Have a great week, and I'll catch you on Thursday.